money.
I think we're paying him to not play music now.
Yeah, right.
So you teach here, and you were educated in the States?
Yes, yeah. I got my second Fulbright when I was teaching as a scholar in residence at the University of California.
And your subject was the Nixon years during that period?
Yeah, after World War II.
You were also a man of the cloth, a man of faith. So the right man to talk to. We've been largely advised that we will make people uncomfortable if we even discuss the year 1965.
The year of living dangerously.
The year of living dangerously.
Yeah. What happened was basically the communists were accused of launching a coup against the government. And because of that, there was kind of justification for killing people who were suspected of being communists.
And who were they?
They're just villagers or people who, in a very vain way, associated with or connected with the Indonesian Communist Party.
Right.
Indonesia boasts one of the world's most bizarre leaders. Then 3 weeks ago, the communists staged a coup, but it misfired and the army struck back. Michael Charlton reports.
Indonesia's revolution is still fiercely on the boil as the systematic roundup of communists goes on.
With its leaders either captured or killed, the communist force collapsed.
The army led a hunt for party officials, slaughtering the largest communist party outside the Iron Curtain.
General Suharto has taken advantage of the passion stirred to try and swing public opinion hard against their rivals. The army now control all news and information.
The actual number who were killed were between 500,000 to 1 million. And many more were imprisoned, tortured, and things like that. So,
Is it in the interest of Indonesians to be fully aware of what happened in '65? Has Indonesia, as a country, reconciled itself to those events?
is there eagerness to know? Yes, there is. There are many people. At the same time, there was also fear. So many people, they kept silent to avoid their family members being implicated. So yes, there is a lot of eagerness, but at the same time, there are a lot of fear.
Yeah.
And so the real political situation is
More complicated.
Yeah, more complicated.
What about everyday life thrills you here? You wake up in the morning, walk outside.
Well, you could not meet nicer people, Tony. I mean, everyone treats everyone else with respect and kindness. It's ingrained in the culture here.
You just still see certain things here that are just gone in other countries. You know, you still got people grilling satay on the street. You've got people wheeling around sort of wooden carts that have gone elsewhere. At the same time, you've got 60 million people with smartphones, all on social media, and, you know, that's opening up massive opportunities. To be a journalist here now is just a privilege.
Yeah, is this the unofficial Foreign Correspondents Club?
It is.
Very much
it is
so.
Indeed, yeah.
How long have you been living here?
Most of 18 years.
How long have you been living
I've had 2 stints, some
Two
about
stints.
6 years. Yeah, so I
Same
came
with
back.
that.
Yeah.
So, how are things going? I mean, this is a democracy now, yes?
Oh, it is.
I've always called it a microcosm of all the good and bad in the world, because Indonesia has everything. Democracy, it has pollution, it has environmental degradation, it's got human rights abuses. There's a lot of problems here, but one of the great things going on is these elections are free and fair, and everybody knows it.
A popular president, relative peace in the land, free speech.
Oh, absolutely.
But there are two subjects that there is a real reluctance to talk about and reconcile, and it's kind of weird. The years 1965 and 1975, there isn't much appetite to look at that. Why?
For reputational reasons,
Yeah.
As much as anything, but also potentially legal reasons as well. So the two main perpetrators of the massacre were the military and the mass Islamic groups. Groups who are moderate these days, but at that time, amid that hysteria, they were involved in this kind of brutal pogrom. This was sort of hand-to-hand, slitting throats, garroting people, burying them in mass graves. Very nasty, nasty stuff. And then the second reason is there was an intensive campaign of propaganda which portrayed this massacre as an honourable attempt by Suharto to put down a communist coup.
Is it even useful for Indonesians to look at that extraordinarily painful, awful period of time?
We're journalists, right? You know, you've got to believe allowing these stories to be told, you know, is going to be to the good.
You know, I don't know. I want to believe that. I really do. I do believe it. But certainly the West doesn't much want to talk about it. I mean,
No.
we were
Culpable.
But yes, we were in deep. But what do you think? Henry Kissinger walks into a bar. It sounds like a joke. Henry Kissinger and a penguin walk into a bar. I'm not asking what you do, but what would it displease you if I walked over and punched Henry Kissinger in the face? Would you find that entertaining?
I would.
Would you have a frisson of pleasure even? Would you feel that justice is in some small way served?
You hate Henry Kissinger.
I fucking hate him.
Yeah.
Because in my travels, I stumble across his good works everywhere I go.
Right. Let's do this.
A rabbit punch.
No kidney punch.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Oh, my.
I hate Daft Punk. Do you have a shot of the people getting massages by the pool while eating? This is an Emmy-winning shot, dude. It's happening right over there. So this too is Bali, I guess. Or it is now. Thank you, Jimmy Buffett, for taking a big dump on the world. Another Wagyu slider, my good man. Yes, thank you. By weight, how much human waste is generated by your average person on vacation? Look around you. Do the math. I want a water sample. I'm telling you, the fecal coliform count is going to be interesting. I'm sure there's a metaphor here. Am I bitter? Am I just old? Do I just have like a predisposition, an instinctive hatred of young people? Perhaps. Enjoy the moment. The words of Baba Ram Das, be here now. But I am here now. I'm not actually having sliders. I mean, you eat those fucking things. People who see, need, pray, love, who were inspired to come to Bali and do yoga. They have a romantic notion. They want to improve their lives in a physical and spiritual way. They would like to have an experience that they can remember. You mentioned Bali, and people think paradise. I mean, of course.
Oh, here they come. The babi guling.
Oh, yeah, I remember this dish. I love it, of course.
Maybe we could just talk really quickly about the food, very quickly.
No, I get in VO because I've had it before. We don't need to talk about this food because I know it very, very well. I will speak incredibly knowledgeably of it in voiceover. Trust me.
You've been here before, right?
I have been here, I think 11 years ago, and it was a very different looking place. Even then, 11 years ago.
11 years is too long.
Yes. How did you get into the yoga business? Did you anticipate it would become so big, or did it start small?
Not really, honestly. It was when the Eat, Pray, and Love was shooting in the island.
So tell me how many customers you do in a day?
300 to 400 people.
That's a big increase.
It's really huge because you see the traffic, how crazy it is.
It is crazy.
Dealing with the traffic.
I mean, it's worse than Manhattan.
Well, right now that we have two big problems right now. First is waste, second is traffic. Is the tourism bad? Yes, it has its bad side. Is the tourism good? Yes, of course, right? What is Bali? What is Balinese people? What is Balinese culture? What part of this could be supported by the people who come to Bali? What kind of people do we want to come to Bali?
I think you've got to put your finger on something that a lot of people have not. Because you don't want to just do yoga, you want to do yoga in reasonable distance of this, of these temples. If you come to Bali and it looks exactly like Cancun and Miami, why the fuck get on a plane all the way to Bali?
This is one of the 3 most piratical places on the planet. It's pretty safe around here now. It used to be in the early days when we were filming here.
You first arrived in Indonesia in '65, right?
That's right. But it was pretty hairy then.
Given that you arrived at absolutely the worst possible time, what was it about the place that compelled you to come back?
Unexplored regions, tropical animals, ancient civilizations, long memory amongst the people, mysticism, everything a schoolboy would obviously love.
You're training, correct me if I'm wrong, psychoanthropology?
Yes.
Now, are there through lines, or is there any connectivity between belief systems?
They're different, but they're all united by a common theme that they believe in the reality of the invisible world. They believe it's stronger than what we think is the reality, you know, what we can touch and measure and weigh. they would all share the belief that this is illusion, that this is only the surface of another greater reality beneath it. In that, they're fairly constant. This is Nusa Penida. This was a penal colony for Bali. They put their criminals here.
Right.
And they also believe that it is the home of the Layaks, the witches, the black magicians.
This island has not been invaded like Bali.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, there's a bachelor party going on there. Oh, no. It's messing with you, man.
Wow.
It's some big lobsters.
These have to be the biggest local lobsters I've ever seen.
Wow. In the West, we tend to think of things in a binary way. There's good and evil, life, death. You've seen every variety of human behavior in this part of the world. Always a notion of light and dark, good and evil, just not absolute ones.
You know, we call Bali the island of the gods. That's a sort of slogan for the tourism industry, but it's equally an island of the demons. I mean, I've always found useful in anthropology this concept of the left and the right cranial hemispheres. The left is the thing that we are over-dominant in the West. It handles the rational, practical, consecutive thought. Here, it's the opposite imbalance. It's the other way around. The right is the intuitive, holistic access to everything we've ever been.
That's
access
the right
to our
brain.
genetic memory, exactly.
So they know stuff we don't know.
They definitely know
No
stuff
doubt.
we don't know.
Given all the time you spent in Indonesia, do you experience life differently or in any way similarly to the way people here look at it?
No, I don't think I do see it the way people here see it. I like to think that I can see what it is that they're seeing, as it were, but I've got a broader perspective because I'm a Westerner, I'm a foreigner in a strange land. I'll never be considered an Indonesian. I'm enriched by being here because there's a greater variety of human experience going on here.
Yeah, tell me about the funerals, because we're attending one.
You are. You will be.
Yes.
Well, a Balinese funeral is a very sobering phenomenon, especially for us Westerners who distance ourselves from death. We spend quite a long time doing these beautiful offerings, all of it to go up in flames.
Ah.
So it's ephemeral art. And the idea is that we, too, are ephemeral. And this is why it's quite an extraordinary thing that you actually light the match that consumes your loved one. Well, it's in your face that we are not our bodies, because they really believe in an afterlife. They really believe that you will be coming back and you will be joining your ancestors in the meantime. Maybe wrong, but it's wonderful to be able to believe that and to derive all the warmth and strength and benefit of it. Is this all human poetry, or is there something in it?
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, I've thought about, you know, as one does, you know, how I want to go. How do you want to go?
I'd be burned. I can handle
You want a
cremation.
party? I mean...
Oh, I'd rather a party, yes.
You would?
How about you? You want them all to cry, don't you? You want them
No, leave me in the jungle.
Okay.
I don't want a party. Reported dead.
Okay.
You know, what actually happens to my physical remains is of
Doesn't matter much.
zero interest to me. Unless it could provide entertainment value. Throw me into a wood chipper and spray me into Harrods, you know, middle of the rush hour. That would be pretty epic. I wouldn't mind being remembered in that way.
Wayang is not necessarily entertainment for the people. Most of the time it's performed for the unseen. That's why it's a shadow play. It's also for the shadow world. We Balis have a lot of magical thinking. Often we believe that what happens in the real world is a consequence of what is happening in the shadow world. That's why there's so much offerings and appeasements. Every day we make offerings. Love notes, thank you notes, left around to the spirit saying thank you for keeping everything in balance. So today is the final rites of the human. Once the ashes are scattered to the sea, then begin the rites of the spirit.
So who will attend the funeral today?
The family, of course, but cremations in Bali are very much a communal affair, so the village runs it. It's not just the family.
Right. People's attitudes towards the passing of a life, towards death, funerals, wakes, different here than in the West. No weeping and rending of garments.
There is a lot of...
There is.
It's at the bathing ceremony of the body, that is when the mournful event becomes a joyous occasion.
Right, but the funeral itself?
It's a joyous occasion, especially the cremation. It's a big send-off. It's a big party to send the spirit to the afterlife.
We're not talking about the end.
No. Life is cyclical. It's very much a circle.
So this is something to be happy about?
Yes, definitely. Is to confuse and misdirect the spirits that might try to follow the
Love the sound. It's beautiful. The gamelan.
That reverberates throughout your body. And the idea is that that noise shatters the illusion between the seen and the unseen worlds.
Satu, dua. Ya.
Tenang, buka nih. Oke, Pak Bayu. Buka. Ya.
All stories should end on a beach. All the good ones do, anyway. Why should this one be any different?